We are in Japan, and after 3 years of travel, there's one thing we've never done.
Stop!
Why?
Because you're just right at the bush.
Oh, am I?
That's van life.
Oh, to sit back and relax. We'd be a while, lads, going up this hill. Up, come on.
And now on our Japan adventures, we see exactly what living in a van is all about.
Get up out of bed.
But before we get into it, make sure to follow along on our van life travels by subscribing to our channel and hitting the notification bell for all our future uploads. This is our van in Japan, so let's get into the vlog.
Good morning, lads.
Oh, we finally collected our camper van. We're so excited.
Oh my god, yeah. God, I can't wait.
I know, I can't get over how big it is.
It's massive. This thing is by far the biggest thing I've ever drove anyway, that's for sure.
I'm wondering, will you manage it?
We'll find out.
It's huge. We both have our international driver's license with us, and I plan to drive it, but I don't know now when I'm after seeing the size of it. I don't know if I'd be able to drive.
It's like an old American Winnebago or something like that, so it's quite a unusual looking thing, but I mean, we'll give you a proper tour later on, but
yeah, it's deadly. The inside of it is really, really cool, and we wanted a big one to experience it, especially camper life for the first time. We were like, right, we'll go all out and we'll get the big one and see how we manage it. So like that, when we're parked up and stuff, we will actually give a proper tour of the inside of it.
And it's a first for our channel as well, so that's always exciting when we do something that we've never done before. So we're excited to see, you know, what we get up to, what videos we make, and just kind of explore this region of Japan as much as we can and just enjoy it.
A camper van in Japan. Two things that we both wanted to do. We did a Q&A going back last year, and two of the things that were asked was what's one thing that we'd love to do, or a country we'd love to go and see on our travels. And I think you had said
I wanted to go to Japan.
Japan is definitely one. The place looks mad, it just looks like there's so much to do there, so Japan.
You said you wanted to
and
do
I
a
said
camper van.
A camper van.
I'd love to get a camper van, hopefully one day.
And now we have both in Japan.
Together. Okay.
Oh, how'd you feel? I'm nervous for you.
Right, seatbelts on, yeah, belts on. So yes, we have a 2.5 hour drive according to the sat nav to a town called Beppu. So that's going to be our first stop on this kind of drive around Kyushu, which is like the southern part of Japan.
So yeah, as Keelan said, our first place is Beppu, and it looks amazing from our research, so it's time to hit the roads.
Right. Oh.
Beep beep.
Well, I'll have to put that down. Shit.
Oh god, I'm not gonna lie, the heat. I think we're the biggest vehicle on the road in Beppu.
We definitely stick out, that's for sure.
The roads are tiny and all the cars are tiny. I see why now. Where played you driving it though?
Everything in Japan is tiny. Everything. Except for us in this van.
I think we're going to get some funny looks.
I think the trick to driving, especially in a foreign country, is just take your time. It's kind of, we don't really have a choice with this because it's so big. It doesn't really move it's not nifty or fast or anything like that, so it's actually grand that it doesn't move so quick and that it is so big, because it just kind of forces you to really take your time and to slow down and just take it as it comes, like.
And the Japanese seem like they're really patient drivers as well, so they don't put you under pressure on the road, which is great. Haven't heard them beat their horn.
I know, we've had a couple of slow pull-offs at the lights, and yeah, so far nobody has said that to us.
Can we get up there?
We've met our first semi-obstacle, I guess you'd say. So we're on the way, we're nearly at actually Beppu, and there's a castle here with like a lovely viewpoint, so we're going to go up and check it out and see the city before we actually arrive. But
I don't think we're going to make it up this road.
It's very, very tight, isn't it?
I think I'm going to have to get out in direction.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go really wide here. Samantha's gotten out there to try and direct me. Oh, shut up, sat-nav, I know we're here.
Right, come on, you're all right, you have loads of room.
Loads of room. Doesn't feel like it.
Well done.
Maybe it looked worse than it actually was.
Do you know what, it's funny, the roads actually look smaller, and then when I get out of the van to direct Keelan, I'm like, They're huge. You have loads of room. I think we think the van is maybe bigger than what it is.
It did look smaller. It was only when we turned we actually seen it was loads of room, but
you'd fit 2 cars up and down this road.
We think we're bigger than we are, maybe. Come on, get up the hill. Up, come on.
It's a struggle.
Oh God, it's up again. It's up again.
Oh my God.
Come on. Oh, just sit back and relax. We'll be a while, lads, going up this hill.
We made it!
What do you think of the parking? We stick out a little bit.
Stick out a little bit. I mean, the spot comes about here, I'd say, the line is located. Is it, or here? So yeah, tiny.
Yeah, go here.
Okay.
Okay. We come here?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're getting a little tour.
The fifth generation is living and is waiting for everyone to come inside.
I see, okay. I see.
Go.
We came for the view.
Then we're going to a temple.
This is a little bit random because we found this place on the internet and supposedly it was like great for views, which it is, I can see. But somehow we're going into the temple. And how does it work out?
I think we go upstairs. This is so random, honestly. What is that? Oh, snake.
No picture.
No picture?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Right, so it's a castle, not a temple. Don't know where I got that from. But yeah, the guy just had a snake in a bag there and you're supposed to rub it for luck. But didn't look in the best of nick, that snake, so I don't know what the story is there. Hello. So yeah, I don't know, like I said, we came up here for the view, so we're going to go outside and check it out.
I think the guy that works here who brought us over seems a little bit annoyed with us. He's walking around and he's muttering things. I don't know, but I'm sorry, I was not rubbing a snake. A big massive snake wrapped in a bag, and as Keelan said, yeah, I think the idea is like you rub the snake for good luck or something, but no, not for me. Anyway, welcome to Beppu. Oh my God, look at that for a view. So Beppu is a city and it sits basically between a bay, Beppu Bay, and then a volcanic mountain range as well, which we can see right here from the view. And the reason why we chose to come here is because it's the onsen capital of Japan. So if you don't know what an onsen is, it's basically like a thermal sort of bath, and it's like goes back for years in Japanese tradition. And people go in and bathe themselves in this like sort of mineral water. But because there's like on the island of Kyushu, there's like 9 active volcanoes in total. So they have a lot of natural hot springs. So there's like over 2,000 onsens here. So I don't know if the camera is picking up from here, but we can actually see steam rising. Can you see it there in the distance?
Just kind of, it actually looks like there's the place on fire.
It really does, yeah. And if you look up pictures, because we obviously did before we came, we did our research, and if you look up pictures of Beppu, you will actually see, a lot of people say it, when you're driving through it, it's like the city is on fire because of all the steam. So as we drive closer up to the mountain, we'll probably see a lot more of it, but it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
And also the spas and the thermal pools and onsens just sound amazing. So what a perfect place to start our trip, honestly. And the perfect place to do it as well. The onsen capital of Japan is Beppu. So yeah, we can't wait to try them out.
Okay, right, so we're back in the van. It's very hot. But yeah, we are just coming into this town of Beppu now, so we're going to go up to our campsite. So this was one that we had seen online, so we don't really know what it's going to be like, but we're after making a reservation to park for one night, so we're going to go up and check it out now. I think we have to check in by 5, and I think it's about 3:30, 4:45 now, so better get a move on.
Right, so we're going to make our way to the campground that we've booked for tonight, but before we go there we need to get a few things sorted. So we are going to go and get some petrol. We also need to get cash out because I think we have to pay with cash at the campsite, and we also want to do a little shop, so we have a few bits with us, and I'm nearly sure there's like a shop about 10 minutes away from the campgrounds as well, but we just want to pick up a few little goodies and that in the 7-Eleven. You all right there?
Yeah, I just have to be careful of that I'm not undercutting the turn, because you've probably seen in the shape of it, it's narrow at the front, and then it gets a bit wider towards the back, so I just have to make sure I don't clip anything. I'm afraid the Beverly Hillbillies coming in.
I'd say that people would be like, what the hell is turning up here?
Who is
To the
this?
7-Eleven. Anyway, let's go and get our snacks and our goodies for tonight.
Right. Basket. Do we know what we're getting?
No.
Right, they're definitely going to have hot water up here, and sure, we have our gas heater as well. So we could get like some maybe pot noodly things.
Yeah.
Do you want that? Some cheesy crisps.
It's not the most healthiest of diet, to be honest.
A cafe latte. Okay. These are lovely. Do you want one of these?
Yeah, okay.
Sweetened, yeah.
Hello. Hi. Sorry. Hi. They're so nice, Japanese people.
Right, we have to get the main thing, of course. So what one do you want to be like?
I think if you grab that end, then I'll grab that end.
The whole fridge.
And we'll just load it on top. I don't know, we've been with the Japanese beer, we've been going through a few different varieties. Basically, the Asahi has been like the #1, and then the Kirin beer, the Sapporo, I think is how you say it as well, and then the Yabisu. So there's plenty of options, plenty of choice.
Then they do 7-Eleven brand
I was just going to
beer,
say,
which is actually quite nice as well, and much cheaper.
Yeah, it's like half the price of the other beer. 7-Eleven beer is quite nice. We go for the...
I don't mind, but when we're
Go for
beer
7-Eleven.
drinkers, and because we've travelled right through Asia, like, and we've tried so many different beers, I think we'll settle on anything.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6.
Keep going there. Keep going.
7,
Right, and how many are you having?
8.
Rice, yes. What'd she say?
They're just down.
Oh, when they say goodbye.
When they say goodbye.
When they do anything, Japanese people, they just bow at the
They're
end of
so nice, yeah. They have a lovely manner about them.
it. Okay, let's hit the road. So it says 34 minutes.
Let's go.
Are we tight for time?
We are tight for time, and we still have to get petrol.
Oh no! You're not going anywhere in a rush in this, that's for sure.
Your destination is on the right.
Okay, let's fill her up. Interesting fact about Japan, most of the cars are petrol, and supposedly diesel engines are too noisy for Japanese people. So that's why majority of them are petrol. Hopefully we get assisted with this. Not that we can't do it ourselves, but I just dread putting the wrong fuel in. And
I don't
of
even know
course,
what way it works over here as
everything
well.
is in Japanese, like, you know, it's very little, you know, signs and things in English.
It's definitely one of the most difficult countries that we've ever travelled. We don't complain, and obviously we don't speak Japanese, and there's no
we're in
reason for
Japan,
them
so it's,
to speak English, but everything is in Japanese, and it's just, even with Google Translate we find as well, sometimes it just doesn't translate to the way you want it to. Because they've like 3 different alphabets and stuff over here, so
it's so
the
bizarre.
words are just completely different. And you really have to break your sentences up. That's what we find, into simple sentences, and then it might make a little bit of sense to try communicate. You will get there in the end, but you just need to be very, very patient.
I think how it works is they have to program in the amount and then it automatically fills up, so whereas we just kind of do as much as we want and then stop ourselves, kind of thing.
You wouldn't get this in Europe.
Thank you very much. Thank you. They just laugh and smile. Look.
No.
Thank you very much.
And oh, your tail.
And the
Yeah.
tail. Arigato gozaimasu.
Bye bye. You got a box of tissues. We're petrol.
That was a very pleasant petrol experience, wasn't it? Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Now we're definitely on the road to this campsite.
We're going to be late. We're not going to get in. See ya. Oh, the door is open.
Right, we're back on the road, and that's another thing to mention as well about Japanese. They are always on time. They're very efficient people. So if they say there's a time that a train will be there, for example, the train will be there bang on that time. Same with a bus, and then so I guess it's going to be the same with the campsite. When they say it's closed at 5, I'm guessing it's closed at 5, so we can't be late. We really want to get to this one as well because it has a plug-in system, and there's not many of them that we've looked up around this area or in Japan in general, I think. So we have AC in the camper van. Again, we'll show you when we give you the tour of it when we get there. And I just think it'd be nice to be able to use the AC, because in order to use it we need to be plugged in, because it uses a lot of electricity. So hopefully we need to make this and not be wild camping tonight.
Ooh, my ears are popping.
I know, so are mine. Oh my god, we're driving up through the mountains and it is absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
I'll have to take your word for it. I'm afraid to look left and right.
Oh my god, the views are unreal.
Treacherous conditions here. Jesus. That rain is just after coming out of nowhere.
It's really bad.
Pelting down. Christ almighty. Look at this.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Glorious weather to add to our first van life experience. Right, we're approaching the campsite and we're coming through some very narrow roads.
There's a little bridge here, look at that river.
It's absolutely gorgeous around here, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like there's some like local houses. We actually passed by a little train track there as well, so I think a train runs through it also.
And the rain has stopped, thank God.
Yes.
Because that was fairly heavy there, wasn't
It
it?
came down so heavy. I have to say, you did really well. How did you find the driving?
It's grand, like it's a little bit awkward because it's a left-hand drive and it's on the left-hand side of the road that they drive here in Japan, which is the same as Ireland. But obviously in Ireland then you'd be sitting on that side.
Yeah,
so.
I'm basically sitting on the driver's seat.
Yeah, so you just have to be mindful of your angles are a little bit different. But other than that, it's fine. Like I said, the roads are a bit small and we're a bit big, so you just have to take your time. Right.
We
This
made
is
it!
very new to us now, isn't it?
We're complete newbies to it.
We're total newbies. You don't even know where to park.
Right, so it's time to check in. We have to see where our spot is. It looks lovely, I have to say, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so we've checked in and it cost us 5,000 yen to stay here for the night, and we have electricity to plug in. So he just showed us our little grass spot and it's quite big as well, which is great. He was a bit shocked, as we said, by the size of the van. I don't think he was expecting it to be this big.
Well, everyone else just kind of has like little mini ones and kind of tents and things like that. So
Yeah,
we're
a lot
definitely
of people,
the biggest here. Yeah.
A lot of people are in tents, so they're driving their cars or else like a mini camper van, and then they have like a tent. So I think that's the idea of the grass patch you get, is where you can drive in and then there's a side of it where you can like set up a tent or whatever. Like, so we're going to make an attempt. Well, Keelan is going to make an attempt to drive down here. It's very narrow.
It's a bit intricate, but I think it'll be fine.
It's deadly, isn't it? Look at the view of the mountains and everything. It's absolutely gorgeous. So as you can see, yeah, there is some people that are set up quite cozy.
Oh, look at a little fire. Look at that little camper. Look at this one here.
Oh my god, that
right.
is so cute.
Isn't it? And the kids and all.
You watch that side, your left hand side of it there.
Yeah.
It's very tight. We're getting the looks.
We're looking alright.
I think literally if you just reverse straight back and use your mirrors, you'd be doing well. This is our little patch of grass here. Stop!
Why?
Because you're just right at the bush.
Oh, am I?
Good job.
Alright, time for a beer.
And a camper van tour.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so we're parked in and we're plugged in, so let me show you the inside. So I'm going to start with the most important part, which is the bed. So this is our bed. We have a double bed, and what we love about it is that we don't have to actually make it up. It's already made. This is one thing I think that we've realised if we were going to get a camper van ourselves, I think we like the idea of this not having to like make up the bed every day and fold it up. It's already here. This is here, it's actually really cozy. So the way it's done is it's actually built on this sort of box, and then we have our mattress then, and then our duvet. We also have a really wide like window ledge, which is cool. So like that, we've AC over here, and we're able to use the AC now because we're plugged in. But if you're not plugged in, we can use fans. So it's actually nice to be able to sit the big fan up here. And then we also have like plug sockets and stuff here, and then a nice view out our window. Look at that view where we're parked. It's incredible, honestly. We're going to wake up to this in the morning. We also have plenty of windows as well, so there's actually loads of lighting in it, which I like. Not all vans obviously have this, but we've 2 side windows here, and then we have the big back window. So we have our blinds then as well on each of the windows that we can just pull down for privacy. And speaking of lighting, we have plenty of lighting in the inside as well. So these are really cool. These are just touch lights. So you can have them off, touch it on once, and you can have it as like a dimmed blue light, and then touch it on again and it's a bright light. And there's like 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 8 of them right through it. So plenty of lighting. So now onto storage space, because there is actually plenty of storage space in the van. So under the bed we have a press here. That's just like an extra duvet, because the van does actually sleep 4 people. I'll show you that in a few minutes. So there's that press, and then we also have a big press here as well. So we just have our runners under there, and then a case, one of our cases as well. So it's actually quite big, that case fits under. And then we have a wardrobe here. So I really like this, and what I like about it is, I would have probably never thought about it myself, but the wardrobe is done and it's just little hooks rather than hangers. So it's quite thin, that it's not actually taking up loads of room in the van, but yet you can just hang your stuff then by the tags.
It's actually very handy.
And fit more stuff in. I really like it. So we also have storage space under here. Then there's more little presses. We have more here. We just have some camera gear away there. And then this one is like I like this. This is a microwave, and it's just like a fake press covering it in. So the microwave sits into that then, and then it's just sort of strapped in for if we're driving, so it doesn't fall out. And actually, speaking about that as well, one thing we noticed about it, because we're after been driving up mountains and it's quite rocky, is these presses are really well built. So we've watched like a lot of campervan series ourselves, where people might complain and things are like flying out of the presses and they have to tie them. But these are really sturdy. Like you have to give it a good
just to open them.
Just to open them. So I really like that. And then more storage space down here. So like plenty of storage space. Then we have our little kitchen here. So when I say kitchen, we have a little microwave, and then it's just a little countertop, and we have a sink here. And then under this press here is our water. So we have, this one is the wastewater, and then the one behind it is the fresh water. Now we haven't done anything with them yet. I'm not too sure if we're going to use them or not. We just bought fresh bottles of water and we have them in the fridge. But it's handy if we want to brush our teeth and stuff, and just use the sink. It will go down into the wastewater. So that's under that press. And then in this middle press we have loads of storage space again. So you can put all your kitchen supplies or whatever else then in it. So that's really handy. And then loads of drawers here. So more storage. So yeah, quite a lot of storage. More presses.
That's the goodie drawer.
That's the goodie drawer.
We put all the crisps and stuff in there.
And then this is just a drawer full of like
cosmetic
stuff and everything else. But really a lot of storage. And then we come to the front of it. So this is a fridge. This is our fridge. So we don't have a built-in fridge, but it's like a cooler box that plugs in. And I think we can put, if we don't want to plug it in and use electricity, we can just put bags of ice in it as well, and it can keep the stuff cold. And we have our goodies that we got at 7-Eleven.
This is the goodie drawer, look.
And we have some more imports here then. So that's a 12 volt. We have the fridge plugged into it, and we also have some more USB adapters in there, and some more little lighting as well. These are sort of
that actually cute. I think has a USB
and they have
as well underneath. That's gas, isn't it?
There's one there, and then there's one over on the window, and they both have an extra USB port in it, and then you can twist the light around as well for more light in whatever way you want it. So it's quite cool. And also, I haven't spoke about the decoration. I absolutely love the decoration. The presses are a real cute colour blue. And then the wooden sort of kitchen, and then just like cute little decorations like this. It makes it really homely. So yeah, it's lovely. So now we're going to swap ends, and I'm going to show you this end. So yeah, I really like this as well. So we have like a sitting area and a sleeping area, and I think me and Keelan really like that as well, just to be able to separate sort of the bed from and the sitting area, you know, the way some people have campers. Now I know it does depend on the size of them as well, so not every camper you can probably have the space to do this. This is quite large, so some people will have the idea of the bed turning into maybe a sofa, but yeah, no, I really like this, so we can sit here and chill, we can like eat our food inside, we can maybe work on the laptop, whatever. This also folds into a bed then as well, so you might sleep like maybe one extra adult, 2 kids, I'd say, in it, because it's quite narrow. And we have like the cushions and stuff there then to make up the bed. The table sort of just
comes
pops off and everything else. I'm not going to actually make the bed up.
But it's great that this is like, I think what they call like day mode, and then when they turn it into a bed it's like night mode, but we actually don't have to do that. We have day mode here and then night mode here, which is I really like that.
Really handy, and then also more windows as well, so we have a window on this side and a window on this side, so quite a lot of windows as well. And if we want to sort of, so we have them windows popped open there, that's them closed, and then we can just open them, and then there's like a little mosquito netting to stop flies and stuff from getting in. And this is like an extractor sort of fan as well that we can plug on, turn on. We just sort of open the roof up, and then there's a switch there, and it just sort of sucks out the airflow, so it keeps it ventilated then as well. And then there's the curtain, so this is the front cabin obviously, and then we have a little curtain here that we can shut over to separate it out then, so if we want that extra privacy as well. So we also have more storage space, which we have one of our other cases under here, so that's actually quite big as well, to slot some stuff into, like if you were to have it long term or rental or whatever, like. And then under there is the electrics, so when I lift that up it's basically all the electrics.
So yeah, with all of this kind of space, Amanda's going through lots of storage, lots of room kind of in the centre of the camper van. Me and Samantha aren't really like, you know, shimmying by each other. We've got a lot of room to manoeuvre here, but then all that space then does come with like a sacrifice, I guess you'd say. So there's no shower or there's no toilet in this camper. Now in Japan that's not really a problem, because you know, you go to the 7-Eleven, you go to like the family marts and stuff, there's toilets everywhere, and like rest stops and stuff like that on the road and things like that, and they're very well maintained, very clean, so in relation to toilets and showers and stuff, Japan is it's a good country to drive a camper van with no toilet and shower, I guess I'm trying to say, because you've always got options there. Again, in Europe I don't really know how that would work. I've seen on YouTube and stuff, a lot of people are like the most precious thing about that camper van is a toilet and a shower. So for us, we don't really miss it at the minute. It seems that we prefer the extra bit of room around here rather than, you know, halving that with adding in a toilet and a shower. So at the minute it just is, it's completely fine. In the next episode,
It's just so hard to get parking.
And then we have our paper plates and plastic spoons and forks.
like, we're quite happy with this setup, like, you know, but I think the more we do it, the more we'll get better at it.
Sorry, you have to
Turn right.
at the reverse down the road there. It's like there, watch the wind mirrors, Amanda.
Lovely, bye.
Back on the road.
We're so happy that we're after finally getting to do it. Like, it's the beginning for us.
Yeah.
Do you know that way, the little tester?